Hello, everybody. Welcome back here. I made a very special report. It's about February 11th. And talking about is full moon. And that full moon falls off on St. Valentine's Day. And we're going to have a lot of challenges during this because that falls out in this beautiful full moon. As you see it in your chart. Right up here, where the most concentrate the energy that will be within the sun in Aquarius, a lot of unpredictability can be this because Uranus is squaring the sun and Mercury at the same time he squares the moon. You don't know what and where and what can you really predict on this. So many energies will play. If you watch that extra spatial report, talked about there, particularly about the Pandora's box, you will find it. What are you looking for in there? But you gotta go deep. In that deep, it is going through a relationships to create the balance that needs to be recreated from the power of creation. That power of creations and recreation in there is going to be this challenge that we have. And as this, when you create things too early, you kind of you can't because most people cannot use it yet. If you made it too late, already somebody made it. But you need to look at it as a personal, how this is going to be affecting. And this is allowing us to go ahead and fix the things that it needs to be fixed, heal the things that needs to be healed, and go back into that state of paradise in there. But the whole power of this, it's going to be hidden us. So within the full moon, the energies they're going to be intense. Particularly, we're talking about the authority, the new authority that you're trying to make yourself, the new self that it's rising up. The challenges is what you're going to tell yourself, but Lilith is going to be playing that power in there. Um, very interesting moments because of this moon is going to be challenging not only authority, but it's going to challenge the universe. And that universe right now, it's working with Mars and Saturn. You're going to see it that during to that period of the full moon to the new moon and Pisces, what else is going to happen? Soon as the moon reach out to the new moon at Pisces, we already going to have Mars who's going to go direct. Because right now, after this 14 days, you're basically going to know the proper way of creating. What are you going to create? The kingdom. Okay. And the fifth house represents the kingdom. And that's what Leo, it's natural king or queen in there, that it's representative of, but how you going to be using it, it's going to be in the base of what? Of the authority. And that authority right now is where? At Aquarius. Unpredictability, uh, lack of patience is going to be coming, bringing it to the new, using it the new, enforcing it the new, searching for the new, everything that is innovative. And the innovations where it's coming from the need because the old doesn't work. And that's what this will be. Because we forgot that we have one purpose here. And our purpose here, guys, it is about to bring the heaven on earth. And that's what this energy will be about. What are we doing within our kingdom? Since the moon is going to be challenging the sun in Aquarius, in there is about the authority within Aquarius. That is not about, we're not talking about ego. I'm challenging you again to seeking it what ego is. It's actually a word invented for I, self. You have a lower and you higher super ego, which is that it's more like a super higher self in there. So the misunderstanding about the ego and so on is out there in the society. It's very different in there. I would suggest you to go ahead and search it, particularly the psychologist who actually invented the word ego. All right. So, with that being said, with this, my advice is take a look at what you have not made in your life and what can you make to the rest of your life. How you going to be supporting these transitions within the energies of Aquarius? How you going to be accepting that energy? It's going to be intense. It's going to be powerful, and it's going to be leading to a lot of things because the moon it's going to be going into Virgo. She's going to be learning a lot of lessons, a lot of divine energies. They're going to be involved with all this. We are going to be seeing a lot of changes in there, particularly when the moon is going to be going in through Libra. She's going to have these divine energies through Libra with all these energies within Pisces. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of wisdom that's going to come, and as soon as that moon it's passing over, and she's going to be joining the sun. Mars is going to be about 3 days in stationary. You are going to be basically in positions that you're going to be refrain from actions. It's kind of like a steady. Don't freak out to these positions, particularly when it comes to your family matters. Okay, it's normal. It's a shift and accepting it that right now it's your last kind of like a days, whatever wisdom you have to seek, you to seeking it within. All right, so with that being said, in there, here it's what's going to happen in the day after. That's going to be at the 13th. That is going to be those divine energies that's going to come from particularly the moon and the north node and Pluto. You're going to be feeling it, those energies there, organizing the things. But what do you want to organize? It's going to be a lack of communications, particularly that the moon is going to be looking at Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be like, how you want to organize, you want to be a friend when you are not organized yourself. You're not organized yourself because your soul is not organized, your spirit is not organized in there. And this is why these divine energies, particularly when they come with this, those divine energies, they are going to be helping the intuitions to learn to organizing these energies, but energies on earth. Okay, so be patient because this is going to be more like a download of how to organize from the energies of Age of Aquarius and put the love back in within, which is that's going to be a Venus. A lot of the people is not going to be doing that, and that's why Venus is going to go retrograde. When a Venus is going to go retrograde, that is going to be searching deep within the roots, within a consciousness that's going to lead to the subconscious patterns that they're going to rising to the surface. That's how the subconscious is going to become a consciousness. A lot of awakening process is going to be with this. Okay. But for those who's already been knowing how to do it, you're going to be going into the next stage of that. Next stage of going in there that you're going to be already building. Because some of the people is going to be destroying things so they can rebuild. You need to understand this is kind of like you have an old house, you're taking all the bricks. You don't buy a new bricks. You're taking the same bricks and you build a new house with it. Okay, this is going to be about preserving the energies in there. You're going to be learning a lot about preserving the energies. This is going to be one of the main things that is going to be coming and triggers with this. beginning with preserving energies within consciousness. All right, the organization is going to be begin, but if you're acting on old wounds, it's not going to be. And Chiron is going to play the role with that because the moon is going to be opposing Saturn and still squaring Jupiter. Jupiter is going to be like, I'm not friendly. You're not friendly. How you want to organize if you don't love what you do? You need to seek in it something from within. That depth of Saturn is going to be basically shows up half you. It's going to be acting like a checkpoint, or in the hydraulics they call it check valve. If the flow doesn't go down, then the check valve is blocked, and it says like, no, you ain't going there. You need to learn something. It's gonna be a lot of this healing, which is very, very powerful. But at the same time, the moon is gonna be getting her download and the relationship with Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus. That is the cosmos, the everything that is out there, the unpredictability of the divine that it's right now on Earth of what you're possessing. Can you possess the divine energies on Earth? This is what it's gonna call for. Can you create the paradise here? Your paradise. What is your visions about the paradise? Okay. So if you don't including the divine, there is no paradise. And you can create everything as a real estate and look at great and good and so on, and you can bust it up and everything. And guess what? There is no divine within that. So that's what the divine is going to be coming and talk to you about this. On the next day, that's going to be 15th. The moon is going to be joining the south node. Usually, when the moon is joining south node, that is at about looking at the past. Where you've been. See with that past in there, what have you so far organized? And this is at the end of what? Of Virgo. In the end of that transition, of that portal between Virgo and Libra, forget about it that Libra is held by Virgo. The Virgin Australia that holds the scales. Okay. It's about, are you doing it the right judgment calls within you, or you're judging and complaining, you're whining and moaning about it and not doing anything about it. But under that trine that it's going to be with Pluto, very powerful transformations. At the same time, you're going to be learning these divine energies that are going to be with the sun. You're going to understand that personal organizations with the divine, including now within you, how we should talk about within the I, the self. Okay, because the intuition can lead you to all this kind of like twisted energies, like I'm gonna do this and the authority is gonna do this. Once they approve it, I can get everything. Okay, typical feminine manipulations energies. But the intuition can be like, what I'm doing, this is wrong. We need to work in our relationship to make it right. I cannot do this old stuff. And that is going to be either going to be facing the old ways and the pressures of the new ways that's going to be coming towards us. Okay, very, very powerful transformations times because Pluto is going to be helping the moon to see. On the next day, that is going to be the 16th, the moon, it's going to begin to understand. Jupiter, it is the friendliness that you need to do. Powerful energies because at the same time, the Venus is opposing the moon throughout the day. We're seeing it that Jupiter is going to be the one, the growth within the friendshipness, this social contacts, okay, getting out of the rabbit hole, getting out of the under the rock, getting out of the hermit mode, socialize, feel it within the air, And that is going to be that energy as the moon is going to be learning that it has to put the love back with where? In its self areas. I am. Since Venus is there, I am love. How you doing at that love, how that expressions that of love is, it's depending of your personal configurations within your chart. So if you have that Venus there, it's gonna be at areas. Take a look at it, how that respond to the Venus within your chart. Okay, because Venus controlling two things: power, love, and money. But power of the love with the divine. All right, the next hour, the next day, I want to say, I'm sorry. This I spoke about this in the report where the moon is going to be joining Lilith. You see, the divine is going to be asking you to sit there, that Pandora's box. You're going to be finding a lot of things. You can find a lot of bad things, you can find a lot of good things, but you're going to find something else in there. Something hidden, even from within yourself. Something that you've been seeking for a very long time. How's the relationships with the divine is within you? You see, you're going to find the key back for the paradise. That's what it is, hidden in there. And once you get in at that key, what are you going to do? A very powerful moment because that is going to be trining the sun at the last degree of Aquarius as Mercury. It's already in Pisces. We're talking about those communications within the subconscious is going to be just up the roof. They're going to be increasing. And now your communications, they're going to be about what? About the divine. And this is what is important to you to put the divine energies back within yourself. All right. The next day, that is going to be the 18th. There's going to be a divine energies with Venus. Very interesting moments. Self-love. The union that you're seeking, that the mysteries in there is going to be about how my love is. But if you have not changed your ways, Pluto is going to tell you have not changed. You need to revise things. You need to change things, particularly if you have anything in Cancer. But what is a Cancer? A family. We are all family on this earth. I've spoken about this. That's why the astrologers, when they see you, you have ascendant in Cancer, they have something particular. You came in something to see within the earth, how to fix the earth. And that's how they know about certain healers, what it is. Okay? That doesn't mean that if you don't have ascendant Cancer, you're not a healer. No. Okay? You can be a healer with a lot of things because you can be healing people in their understanding of money. You can heal the people on their emotions. Okay? You can heal them on their relationships. You can teach them how to be the proper way as a VIP. Okay? So it's not about this. What particularly about the Cancer is about thinking about every one of these planets. Just a little bit different. All right. So the next day, the moon is gonna be going into through Scorpio. That is gonna help of Mars because the moon is gonna be at 17 degrees. Saturn is at 19 degrees. This beautiful blue triangle that you see it in your chart. But she's also gonna be a divine energies with Chiron. The things that you hurt yourself right now, you're gonna understand to heal it. You see, you can demand as a Scorpio wants from others to do the things together, to be together, the money of others, this togetherness, and so on and so on. It's very positive, as long as you don't have this secret agenda. using the emotions of others for your own self, benefit your own things, abuse of that energy of others within you. So this is gonna be that energy of the moon opposing your Venus. The universe is gonna be telling you that's wrong. Okay, that is completely wrong. And the sun, as it going into a Pisces, you're gonna be understanding those patterns inside of you. The same thing like that manipulations in the paradise state as a Eve gave that apple to Adam. But there was a manipulations of the snake give that apple to Eve. That is what that manipulations we are talking about. This underworld energy as a Scorpio presents. You have to go through the same thing if you want to go back and open the paradise again with you. So it depends of what the paradise is for you. All right. The next day, the moon is gonna go to Sag. A lot of talks, search, inspirations, philosophy is gonna come. And here is the authority is gonna be like, but I don't like this. This is gonna be a third quarter moon. It's like I see all this stuff, but I didn't see the things that I need to go. I don't see this new way it's coming up there. And the moon is gonna be no, you should be able to see it. You're gonna see it when we see each other. Right now, maybe you don't understand things, but when I come and get you in Pisces, you will understand how this is gonna work. And this is when happiness is when you have in a certain ideas. You sharing the ideas. You sharing the road. You already got the download with you, and you want to put it in there, and the authority from within you just back it off. It's like I'm not sure. When everything was put in within you, here is gonna be charged for your belief system. What is your belief in? You see, in order you to have a certain energies, you have to become that energy. In order to use certain divine powers, you have to become the one divine. And that is what we are going to be dealing as the moon is going to be transiting into this particularly Sagittarius problems. But those problems or situations is about if we grow. And the only chance and the only choice we are going to have is Venus. We're going to be looking at are we loving, are we caring, do we have the self-love? Do we have that self-love towards the divine? And you're going to find out that it's going to be very intense communications. Mars right now is going to be stationary. Basically what I told you, Mars right now is going to be like refraining from actions. He's steady. He's like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. You're going to see for what he is going to be waiting. Okay? It's going to be a shift. A very powerful shift as soon as the new moon is kicked in. Okay? As soon as the new moon is kicked in, Mars is going to be already going direct. Venus is going to become stationary retrograde. Okay, and since this energy is gonna comes in to us, we're gonna be reevaluating that particular period for the last month. Well, so whatever you went into the past 28 days, you're gonna be fully reevaluated. So throughout the studies, throughout the look at it, what you have to be study in there, that somehow the universe is gonna help you. This is gonna be this particular energies that's gonna come from Uranus, from out of space on Earth. And this is gonna be when you finding a special books, you finding a special ways, you sign up for special classes, you doing something that's gonna help you to find the door. The key, you gotta find the door. You see, that's what is gonna be the challenge, to find the door. You might see 1,000 doors and you're trying the key. And guess what? The last door it's gonna be when you are ready. See, it's not about you just to arrive there with those doors. It is about you to understand when you put the key on that door or what you get yourself in there. Are you ready to face this? Are you going to be prepared for this? Because if you're not, you're going to be learning how. Because Venus is going retrograde. All right. On the next day, the moon is entering Capricorn. The work, if you don't love the work that you are doing it on a personal level about all this process, you're not going to feel like it. That can interfere in all areas of life, particularly on your professional level. Because what is going on with inside of you, it's going to be like, what is the point to work? What is the point to do all this when I cannot achieve this? Are you putting a limit on yourself? And this is what on Mars, when right now it's gonna be staying in there. Hopefully, you refrain from any actions. This you're gonna be able to talk with the wisdom within yourself, because Mercury and Saturn, they are coming together, Pisces, to helping Mars. It's kind of like a review. Remember, we went through this. Remember, you learned this. Remember, you got this. There was a lot that going on as Mars was retrograde. It's all about family patterns. So if you lately you've been dealing with a lot of family patterns, is to prepare you to have the proper family patterns, to act upon it. Something was not good, make an example of the same thing that was great. If your mother, father didn't have a great relationship, go and work on yourself to develop great relationship in the family. Show that in there. If you have a challenges, that means some of the wounds is still carrying it within you, which is coming from Chiron squaring Mars. Mars is gonna be acting on everything. Your wisdom that you learned from Saturn and you continue learning, which is he's going to be guiding into the road. This is going to be the student master relationship, where both student and master are the same thing. You see, what you don't realize is the student challenging the master is asking for the master to begin to study more and more itself for the advancement of the student. At the same time, the student still learn master. And that's what this relationship of growth is going to. But it's going to be a lot of emotions. People's going to be seeking it in the emotional connections. A lot of talks. There's going to be a lot of wisdom, of great things of wisdom that's going to be coming with this day. All right. And the next day, that's going to be the 24th. The moon is going to be facing Mars, and Mars is still stationary. It's kind of like a not released to check the proper emotions. Are you going to be challenged in your actions like no tomorrow? You're going to be putting into this really pressure cooker. You know, when you put all the vegetables and the water and the meat and so on with this, and you put the pressure cooker on, guess what? When it starts heating up, it begins to put pressure and everything that is inside the pressure cooker. And that's how you're gonna feel. That's how you're gonna feel. Can you be able to handle it? Well, let me tell you the other side of that energy. Okay? That's how the diamond is created under pressure. Here, the diamond that lasts forever. You see that the energy of the moon in there is going to be a sextiling Mercury and Saturn, there, it's going to resolve the conflict of these oppositions. You're going to be able with wisdom to take care of everything, including Uranus, who's going to be able to help magically within the material world. That's going to be like seeking opportunities that's going to be all of a sudden open. You talk about, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, maybe I can get started some business, maybe I can start this. But I think that the best thing is to do such and such. And the next day you wake up and your wish is granted. All of a sudden somebody's calling you. It's like, hey, there is this place over there. It's for rent. And there, I don't know. I think I'm gonna do something else. But I know that you are kind of like inspired to do something like this. Maybe you should go take a look at that place. Boom. Right? It's gonna be things like this. Trust me. Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. All right. The moon is gonna go to Pluto. Now Pluto is gonna be schooling a little bit the moon. It's like, darling, it's going there, right? Intuition, are you ready? Are you set? Can you be able to do this? Can we do this friendliness way? And that is gonna be the moon and Pluto and Venus coming together with Jupiter. Okay? Very powerful moments of this. Because Pluto is going to be putting the love back. It's going to remind you of that self-love. Either though that Mars maybe don't like Neptune that much, but you're going to be seeing some things in there. And there's going to be some situations between Mars and Venus for a little bit. Okay? You're going to be seeing it. You're going to experience it. But don't forget about it if you're masculine. Venus helped you when you were in the hall. Now, can you help Venus when she's in the hall? Yeah, talking about the rabbit hole, okay? All right. The next day, this is going to be a divine timing for Mars. And that's going to be the time when the moon is going to be giving this intuition, this power. It's like, okay, I'm ready, I'm set. My intuition is focused within the divine. I'm going to be working with the divine actions. Hopefully to remember this with you. You're going to be needing that. You're going to be needing this stuff down the road, particularly that right now you have that energies of Uranus, who is squaring the moon, but through Mars, you can resolve the situations. Because the whole idea is Mars, your actions, your warrior within you, to put and fight against this lower self situations for the higher self, for the higher purpose within you. Re-innovating your intuitions, learning to work on a proper way. So basically what you're focused, if you focus on divine, the intuitions, it's gonna go there. If you're focused on the money, the intuition is gonna go there. If you're focused how to manipulate others, that's what the intuition will learn. You, the self, I, the sun, tells that. And currently the sun is squaring Jupiter. For that purpose, what are you gonna be? It's gonna be a huge test because you're gonna be seeing some stuff in your subconscious. Okay, and here is the next day as the new moon and Pisces is gonna be. Are we gonna be friends with the consciousness and the subconscious? When unconsciously you know what how to operate in the world, but that little voice of the subconscious, no, it's not right. That little things behind you that tells you that it's not okay. And guess what? That energy is gonna be start working. You're gonna be start working with that energy. Gonna start working this particular energy because Mars right now is direct. A sense that the new moon, it's gonna be coming in so powerful, so strong, is gonna be testing what the last new moon is. Remember at the last new moon, that was where the moon and the sun, they were trining Jupiter. Right now, they are squaring Jupiter at Gemini. You see how you're socializing between the two different species of Pisces within you, the fish and the shark. Each one is gonna be. How it's gonna be this positions within yourself. And as soon as after that new moon, it's gonna be triggered there. We already have Venus is gonna be a stationary. Okay, you're gonna feel that energies, particularly against Mars. It's like Mars has not done anything. He has not done these actions, that actions, and so on. He doesn't love me. I need to find looking at within myself. This is when you withdraw. But you see it that Mars right now is working with so many energies. Mars is gonna be start working with the sun. Mars is gonna be start working with the moon, with Saturn, with Mercury, with the North Node, with Neptune. Power. Hopefully it's a wise power. Hopefully you are not looking at these negative sides of Venus. Hopefully you're not acting on your wounds because you're gonna missing the point. And this is how you're gonna go back into these feminine energies, which is it's gonna be Venus. As we are gonna be going at even a little bit more, I'm gonna give you some more heads up, guys. There, as the moon, it's gonna be joining Venus there. We are gonna be having Mars really crank things up. Really, this is gonna be some great positive movements. You might not like in it certain things that you found at Lilith, as Lilith is in 27 degrees. But these divine energies, they're going to be pointing out towards this. Because you have to learn the friendliness with the divine is going to be helping you to find the key, the door, to put them together within you. You to open channels, you to open up the divine energies, you to go ahead, create your own paradise. And I wish you good luck, guys. Beloved, I will see you.